biggest car, Spanish bars, no good. Call it other lane for the walks in the parks. I ain't come to play games, I just wanna play my part. Tell your girlfriend to come talk with my dog. We straight G's and we came hit a ball. Bottle at the bottle, when I'm sure you count them all. Then we off to that Chevy.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. It's 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The playoff picture becoming much clearer, but still a handful of games yet to be played. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And for Oklahoma City, playing up.
At the shooting guard position, at 6'6" and at the other guard position.
Greetings, everyone, from San Antonio. The Spurs playing host to a Western Conference affair here at the sold-out AT&T Center. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. Look at Oklahoma City, sitting at third in the West. There's no question this is a top-notch team.
And I think for Oklahoma City, they've had a dream season. And I think they're only going to get stronger as we approach the postseason.
It really is amazing how far they've come in the course of one season, from afterthought to title contenders.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So for Oklahoma City right now, we've got Andre Robertson. Ennis Cantor is out there with Nick Collison. Then there's Russell Westbrook, and it's Oladipo in at shooting guard. Here's Westbrook after the basket by San Antonio. 5 on the clock. Cantor sets the pick for Oladipo. Tipped away and out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. And San Antonio has possession. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And that was one of the few times that you'll see a team just lack fight defensively in losing that game.
Yeah, and I know their fans may not want to hear it, but the reality and the truth is the defensive end of the floor was not what it needed to be in terms of effort.
Here's Westbrook after Pau Gasol's bucket. Cantor with the screen on Parker. It's Westbrook with the drive. Can't hit from the elbow. Looking at Oklahoma City, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, they just really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game. You could just see they were pressing, just couldn't get anything to go on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and guys, once they got spiraling downward, there seemed to be no way to get out of it. All their offense went to pot.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
So many people overlook Pau Gasol prior to last season, seem to think that Clark, he was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game, and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after him.
Westbrook with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Here's Robertson. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line.
You know, and with Pau Gasol, it was weird to think that the Lakers were just so ready to let him go and move on. And with the skill set that Pau has and the year he had, there's no telling how long he can play at a high level. Again, one of those guys that never been reliant on the athletic ability to have an impact.
Now, here's Parker. 17 points for him last game against Golden State. It's taken away by Collison. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court. Oladipo misses.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
And so here is Oklahoma City following the three-pointer by San Antonio. to the left wing from past the arc. The offensive rebound, and he uses the glass on the layup. Oladipo's got his first points of the night.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
Both good from the line that time.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Westbrook against Parker. Westbrook drives in. Collison kicks to Cantor. Can't get it to go. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Their last encounter was in Oklahoma City, where they were able to handle the Thunder.
And the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
Very satisfying performance, Greg, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. And they ended up winning it going away.
And here's Cantor following the three-pointer by Tony Parker. They set the screen. Oladipo, the pass to Westbrook. Here's Cantor. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Here's Gasol. Here's Aldridge. That's good.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
Now here's Westbrook. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Lakers.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals. In that game.
That is good.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. Let's send it out to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Billy Donovan. Doris?
I asked him what they needed to key in on defensively, and he said, well, we've got to limit penetration by Tony Parker. He's really the, quote, head of the snake. And with his floater, he doesn't need to get all the way to the rim to score. It's crucial that we do our best to keep him outside the lane. Guys, that's no easy assignment. We'll see how much success they have defensively.
Thank you, Doris. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
The shot's good from Cantor.
Tell you what, he's 3 or 4 now. Looks like his game's on offensively.
Parker kicks to Gasol. Aldridge dishes to Gasol, and it's blocked by Adams. Parker against Westbrook. They set the pick. There's the dish to Adams. Passes to Roberson. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. 5 on the clock. It's stolen by Green. One-on-one here. For the 3. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And guys, when you watch the Spurs play, it's like watching poetry in motion. I mean, every cut, every screen comes at a precise time, and they play beyond the sum of their talents because of that style.
San Antonio leading by 12. Outside Leonard. He kicks it to Aldridge. And he makes good on the layup. Aldridge has got 6 points.
They're allowing a sky-high field goal percentage. That won't get it.
Not at all, Clark. You rarely see a team surrender points this easily. They have got to do better.
It's Westbrook with the drive. And there's Enes Kanter on the assist by Westbrook. 8 points for Enes Kanter.
Strong start here early. 4 of his first 5 made.
San Antonio's gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. Aldridge kicks to Green. Now the feed to Parker. And Kanter pulls it down.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
They set the pick. Kanter sets the pick for Westbrook. He feeds it to Kanter. Can't get it to go. So the Spurs will take it the other way. And Leonard has it in the corner. This all setting the pick for Leonard, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he's still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Gasol. Lee comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Manu Ginobili's checked in for Green, and it's Mills in for Parker. Pass to Adams. On the wing, Brewer. Pass to Westbrook. Brewer with the ball. Picked up by Ginobili. Robertson dishes to Adams. Just 5 on the clock. And there's the call on Ginobili. That's his first foul. San Antonio making a switch here. Simmons is checked in.
Jonathan Simmons.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
So it's the Thunder now, trailing by 13. They get a hand on it. Ginobili left side. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Ginobili's got his first bucket in this one. Westbrook passes to Adams. A minute 50 left to play in the first. And Brewer kicks to Westbrook. San Antonio with the rebound.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Let's take a second now to view the top pickpockets in the NBA. Russell Westbrook, number 1.
All season long, Kevin, he's been able to anticipate the pass and knock balls loose and then retrieve them. I mean, it's one thing to get deflections and steals, but you've got to reel it in to complete the play.
Brewer, look at that.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Simmons dishes to Dedmon. Shot clock at 6. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Ginobili's got his second bucket.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Now, here's Brewer. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. .40 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside Westbrook. On target from 13 feet.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Mills with it. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. Dedmon's shot is off.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give them any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And Russell Westbrook drops them both. Here's Leonard. 23 points for him the last game against Golden State. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. It's San Antonio. They lead by 11. And a chance to hear from Tony Parker, who said he lives for the challenge of continuing to improve.
I always try to improve and get better, and Pop always challenged me. He came to me and he said, you know, good players, they can have a great season, but the great players, they have many great seasons. So he said, what you want to be?
And in Tony Parker's case, great is what he wanted to be and has been for a long time.
You know, that's great because that shows Pops and why he's one of the best in the game. You got to be able to drive and motivate and also give the confidence. And that's what's happened with Tony Parker. Remember when he first came on the scene, it was not a cakewalk for him. He had his struggles, and now we're talking about a guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. And, you know, the Spurs have been rolling right along, haven't they?
Really active hands early on here as they're able to acquire several steals.
Well, they've really been aggressive guys on defense, and it's paid off, so why stop? Keep it up.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Brewer is out there with Nick Collison. Then there's Victor Oladipo. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's McGarry in at the 5, roaming the paint. Westbrook kicks to Brewer. Dishes to Oladipo. Here's the screen. Six to shoot. Floats one. It's rebounded by Leonard. And Victor Oladipo, after a solid rookie campaign, really took it up a notch last season, even after missing Clark the first 9 games with that facial fracture.
I love this kid's gravitas. I mean, he's got a presence about him. His percentages improved across the board, field goal, 3-point free throws. But I like his work ethic and his confidence.
Here's Westbrook, following the three-pointer by San Antonio.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Spurs leading by 16. And Mills kicks to Green. McGarry with the steal. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
And a chance here to see the numbers for LaMarcus Aldridge. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. He's around 18 points per game, 7 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And his defensive presence inside, not to be overlooked. He builds a wall around the basket.
You know, over this last whole stretch of games, I mean, he's been shutting down the lane with absolute authority.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Gasol comes in for Dwayne Dedmon, and Tony Parker subbed in for Patty Mills.
In talking about Victor Oladipo's improvement, a lot of it has to do with his work ethic. Also his pregame film studies, something his college coach absolutely raved about. And all that showed up for him big time last season.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle. He told the guys that he wanted their offense to run through Cantor. The coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. Being in the position they're in, probably a smart move to go to the clipboard and switch things up while we're still in the first half. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris.
And you know, back to Oladipo, we always talk about 5-star phenoms coming out of high school. He was just a 3-star guy. He's had to work for everything he's gotten, and I think that served him well. He's got a hunger and drive that you can't manufacture.
Spurs leading by 18. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Aldridge with a screen on Westbrook. Aldridge left side. That's good. Aldridge has got 10.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
There's the pick. Cantor sets the pick for Westbrook. The pass to Cantor. Westbrook wide open. He fires. He makes that one drop, only a second in 5 tries.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. Gasol a screen. Parker passes to Gasol. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
Pau Gasol was the number 3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a second-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for the Spurs. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Adams checked in. Talking about Pau and brother Mark, both of them were excellent last season. The difference is that Pau has always been considered a great prospect, so detractors are much harder on him when they see cracks, I think, Greg, in his game.
Yeah, you know, for Marc Gasol, it can only exceed expectations because they started out so low. I'd simply say that if I had to pick between one or the other for best career, I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer. San Antonio leading by 18. Leonard draws the double. He dishes it to Gasol. There's the pick. Gasol with another miss.
Good little 2-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Westbrook kicks to Cantor. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 6 assists now in the game.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Now here's Parker. He has 7. Feeds it to Leonard. Kicks it to Ginobili. The leaner. And he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in. Ginobili's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Thunder trailing by 18. Oladipo dishes to Westbrook. There's his 3rd field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Aldridge with a screen on Westbrook. It's Parker with the drive, and it's blocked by Adams. Another miss by Parker.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
They grabbed their own miss. Good.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
And the Spurs with possession following the score by Oklahoma City.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. He made it look easy that time.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Andre Robertson, he's checked in for the Thunder. LeVert, he's checked in for Enes Kanter.
Simmons. That's his first personal foul. Now into the lineup of the Thunder.
Here's Laverne. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Lakers. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Leonard. The past month has been surreal. 1st in free throw percentage, 2nd in field goal percentage, and ranked among the top 10 in scoring. He can fill it up with the best of them.
And it's nice when you've got a guy who doesn't miss much from the line. You just keep the ball in his hands in clutch situations. He's been automatic this season.
Here's Simmons. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Stinks the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job. Well, that's simply a great move there, Kevin. He dusted off the defense and got to the cup for the easy basket.
San Antonio leading by 14. Parker outside. Ginobili outside. 6 on the shot clock. There's the bucket. Good.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
And Oladipo kicks to Brewer. Passes it to Adams. The dish to Brewer. Sinks the three-pointer. Brewer's got 5 now. San Antonio's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Here's Lee, and he goes in for the dunk.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And that is good. Adams has got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, just used his strength there to get the post position without much fight from the defense.
Yeah, I think he's got to do a much better job next time of just bodying up. Get some muscle into him.
Here's Laverne looking for his first basket still in this one.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Now Oladipo. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. Here's Brewer. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Brewer's got 7.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. And the Spurs with some changes. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Ginobili. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Mitch McGary's checked in for Oklahoma City. Now here's Mills. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. That's 7 points for Kawhi Leonard. Thunder trailing by 13. Oladipo outside. 43 seconds left in the first half. To the paint. Here's McGary. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on David Lee. The Thunder have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7. That free throw missing. And the Thunder making a switch here. Collison's out there. And he can't hit the second.
Wow. Wow. If I were a coach, I could just only shake my head. They have been absolutely awful from the line this quarter.
Here's Lee. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Edmond passes to Simmons. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And Roberson kicks to Oladipo. Here's Laverne. He's covered by Leonard. And it's Laverne missing.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
The Spurs have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts. First free throw is good.
Kawhi Leonard. 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. And so we wrap up the first half. Spurs lead.
Well, Pau, tell us what have been the key aspects to how this team is playing so far through.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And hello again. We have amped up home crowd. It's San Antonio out on top at halftime. They lead by 15. And we'll go to Kenny first. What'd you see out there?
Well, they killed it on the glass, and they did it with high-level fundamentals, blocking out, maintaining position, and going.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. It's been a clinic so far from Enes Kanter.
And he really just broke out the entire arsenal of post moves there in that first half.
And I think he might even have a few more tricks up his sleeve. I mean, he'll break them out as we start heading down the stretch. I'm sure of that.
Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Aldridge out there at Pau Gasol. And it's Parker in at the point guard. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Now here is Aldridge. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Aldridge has got 12.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
Parker with the steal. Now here's the fast break. Parker leading the way. The 3-ball. And he gets it to go. 12 points for him.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
And so last season for Tony Parker, somewhat of a shift. I mean, he was solid, but injuries cost him a few games. He also had his lowest assist and points per game totals since his rookie year, but he fought through like the champion that he is.
And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That's his first foul.
First personal foul.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Roberson gets the bucket.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
Spurs leading by 16. Parker dishes to Aldridge. He kicks to Gasol. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And for Victor Oladipo, guys, last season you saw him continue to make strides in this game. He has the build to be one of the best guards in the league, and he's on the right track right now. Very excited for his future.
As you said about Oladipo, he has a bright future in this league after playing at Indiana, already stepping into the leader role with the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, and what I like most about his game and the way he plays is that he contributes really in every facet. I'll use a baseball term. He's a 5'2". I mean, he really does a little bit of everything well, and he can make a big impact even when his shot isn't falling, be it on the glass, with his passing, or his defense.
Kawhi Leonard with another great season last year, earned his first award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
Now here's Oladipo. He has 6. The feed to Westbrook. There's a screen by Kanter. Westbrook drives in, loses his man off the screen, and lays it up and in. Westbrook's got 12.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay. And, you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan and Olajuwon.
The Spurs making a switch here. Ginobili's checked in, and Oklahoma City also making a switch. Brewer is checked in for Victor Oladipo. Green with the block.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall. And for Leonard, winning the Defensive Player of the Year didn't change him at all. I mean, he received a car for winning that award and gave it to charity. Went out of his way to thank his teammates during his acceptance speech. I mean, I think it speaks of his character and really the impact that Popovich has had on him and that entire Spurs team.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Adams checked in. Here's Roberson. He has 5. Here's Brewer. The Thunder with another miss. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They get Paul Gasol.
So far in the game for Westbrook, he has 12 points and 7 assists. I tell you what, he's made his mark on this game in so many ways, guys.
And he would have stood out just on the strength of the defense. But how about offensively? He's been clicking there as well.
Now here's Green. He has 6. He feeds it to Gasol. And the layup's good off the glass. Gasol's got 12 points in the game.
You have to be disciplined on defense, Kevin. Biting on every pump fake isn't going to get it done.
And Roberson kicks to Cantor. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And Adams with the slam.
Rock hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need.
Parker passes to Aldridge. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Here's Roberson. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Now, here's Parker. Green dishes to Ginobili. At the elbow, it's Gasol. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for San Antonio?
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've got down in transition.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Ginobili kicks to Aldridge. Parker passes to Aldridge. Ginobili outside, stolen by Cantor. And now, running up the court, Brewer pushing it up.
And really a nice 1-2 punch there, guys. Great defensive play and great basket in transition.
Aggressive play, attacking basketball, on the attack, full throttle. I love it.
Here's Parker, following the score by Oklahoma City. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
And that'll be Oklahoma City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. Laverne, he's checked in for Oklahoma City.
Joffrey Laverne.
Pass to Brewer. Dishes it to Roberson. Here's Laverne. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Laverne's got his first basket.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
And for a long time in the NBA, the stretch 4 was kind of the anomaly and not the standard. Now it seems that you are the rare power forward if you can't hit a 3. Very few traditional power forwards now in the NBA.
Nick Collison's checked in for Corey Brewer.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And Laverne kicks to Collison. The kick out to Westbrook. 6 to shoot. There's a screen outside Collison. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And a miss there on the triple. With the stretch 4 and the need for shooting at the position, they don't need to be a three-point threat, but they do need to be able to hit a mid-range jump shot.
Yeah, well said. I think you need to have guys that can make perimeter shots to create spacing. The game's evolving to a space-out-the-floor type game, and shot-making gives you a chance to do that.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And really just trying to take the wind out of their sails here, I think. You know, they're on the wrong end of a run and need to just kind of exhale.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to stop the bleeding. Things were starting to spiral completely out of control, and I think a timeout was a no-brainer there.
Mills, he's checked in for Parker. McGarry's checked in for the Thunder. Gasol attacking, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
Now here's Westbrook. 18 points for him. To the inside. Gasol with the steal. And now in transition is Mills. Here we go. Here's Ginobili. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Ginobili's got 4 this quarter.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Westbrook drives in. Ball's knocked loose. And here's the fast break. And Green slams it in.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Now here's Westbrook. Offensively, he's been a one-man wrecking crew. His scoring average is over 30 points a game. Here's Roberson. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got 9 assists now tonight.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
When you think about guards who play without fear or any hesitation, Russell Westbrook is the first of those guys to come to mind.
I tell you what, man, his relentless pursuit and attacking of the goal and his opponent is really something to watch.
And watching Nick Collison, he makes all the hustle plays, all the little plays, the things that really will not show up in a score sheet, stat sheet. For over a decade, he's had that role and embraced it.
And Kevin, the other thing he does as a veteran is a coach knows what he's going to get. He doesn't make the mistakes that some players make. And while he's not going to be a great scorer in the post or a high-flying rim protector, his game really is built on intelligence and toughness. And so positioning for charges, making open mid-range jump shots, all the unsung things that help a team win games.
Now here's Westbrook. 18 points for him.
First foul.
You know, on the topic of Nick Collison's shooting, last season was his only real setback. Only shot 42% after having 4% shooting percentage. But he's up slightly in most other categories, especially the ones based on hustle and effort.
And when you talk about Nick Collison, every team needs someone like him. He's focused, unselfish. He's that hard-nosed big with just enough skill to bite you when you forget about it.
And the basket by Ginobili.
He's not going to miss many of those, if any. Not when he's got that much room.
Thunder trailing by 21. Outside Collison. Pass to Laverne. There's a screen. The shot misses. Great D that time from Green.
You know, they're not totally dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
Yeah, but they've separated themselves, Clark, in a number of categories, rebounds just being one of them.
Here's Westbrook after the made shot from Manu Ginobili. Outside Westbrook. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. San Antonio leading by 23. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Out left to the wing. The pass to Mills. Shot clock at 5. Gasol, a screen on Westbrook. Mills with it, picked up by Collison. Mills can't hit. Westbrook cannot hit. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's San Antonio running away with it. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the 4th quarter next. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the 4th. The Thunder shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the 4th quarter. Canner is the power forward with Adams in the middle. Oladipo is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Collison in at the 3 slot. Now here's Westbrook. 6 on the shot clock. Wide open. And yes, sir, that one drops. Westbrook's got 10 points here in the second half.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Here's Simmons, and it's denied. Tipped away. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
Oladipo outside. There's the screen. He dishes it to Adams. The 10-footer finds the target.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
Victor Oladipo.
San Antonio leading by 21. Simmons dishes to Mills. Kicks to Simmons. Lee, a screen on Oladipo. Inside. And Lee with the stuff.
Plain one-hand flush. I love it.
Clark, I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike.
Yeah, the one hand lets you get up higher.
No doubt about it. At least it looks like that from this angle. And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there. Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
San Antonio's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. Westbrook with the steal. A drive by Collison, and he gets it to go.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Mills passes to Dedmon. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Leonard, no luck.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Oladipo outside. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Well, this is nothing new. There is some debate on how successful max contracts have been in the NBA. A lot of players have demanded max contract money, but haven't lived up to the pay. And in my opinion, there are only about 15 guys worthy of max contracts in the league in any given year.
And he gets it to go. 18 points for Enes Kanter. Spurs leading by 23. Parker drives in, lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And that one's good. And that's 20 points for Enes Kanter. Well, we were talking about max contracts. There are arguments to their benefits. Commissioner Adam Silver said last year that he feels they help with parity. What do you think?
You know, for the most part, I do believe he's correct. I mean, they do help with parity. For guys like LeBron and Durant, let's face it, the big max contract can be a hindrance. They're probably considered to be worth far more than they're paid. But it's going to be something that is debated back and forth throughout the next negotiations for the CBA.
So, you know, Anthony Morrow, one of the real lasers as a long-range bomber in the league. First rookie ever to lead the NBA in three-point percentage. Hit over 46% his first year. There's always a place for a guy like that.
Andre Robertson, he's checked in for the Thunder. Victor Oladipo comes in for Ronnie Price. Here's Oladipo following the score by Tony Parker. And Oladipo, here we go. Adams. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far. And talking about Anthony Morrow's development, he did it the hard way. Came in undrafted in his first pro start. 37 points. Remember that game? Most points ever by an undrafted player in his rookie year.
Yeah, that was amazing, that game. And, you know, the 2010-2011 season, he had the second highest three-point percentage in league history. I mean, he's been traded multiple times in his career, though, because he's still refining the rest of his game, wanting to be more than just a shooter.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those balls.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum. And one thing about the NBA, there are a ton of siblings currently playing in the league. Some on the same team, some on opposing sides, but there must be over a half a dozen sets of siblings.
Russell Westbrook in for Oklahoma City. Now, here's Oladipo. Back to Westbrook. All sorts of time. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Westbrook's got 12 points here in the second half.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. As you said, Greg, there are a ton of sibling pairs in the NBA. Even more, Clark, if you include the D-League.
Well, you start with the Plumlees, the Gasols, the Teagues, Zellers. For twins, you have the Lopez twins, Morris twins, the Zellers, Gasols, Teagues, Steph, and Seth Curry. Count 2 with the D-League.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Thunder have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. Stolen. And even 3-on-3 break. Poked away. Here's Oladipo. And too long on the shot. San Antonio's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. Nobody near Parker. Off target from outside. The Thunder shooting about 59% from the floor. Offensively, they've been running without a hitch. Oladipo against Green. It's Westbrook with the drive. It's deflected. And now in transition is Parker. Here we go. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. That's an exquisite pass to set up Clark that beautiful alley-oop dunk.
Yeah, that was nice.
No doubt. There are assists, and then, guys, there are assists.
Here's Westbrook. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
Clearly a mental lapse at an inopportune time.
Yeah, that's a terrible mistake, Greg, to make it any time. But it's really exacerbated when you make it at this time.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. McGarry's checked in for Adams. Laverne comes in for Enes Kanter. And Abrinas subbed in for Victor Oladipo. And Roberson kicks to Laverne, and that one's good.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
For San Antonio, they've gotten exactly 2 behind the bottom of the net here in the fourth, 8 of 12. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Parker. Green, the screen. Leonard with no one around. Thunder with the rebound. Laverne's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Thunder with some changes. Cantor checked in for McGarry. Collison comes in for Laverne. And it's Oladipo in for the Beast. Now here's Oladipo. And the rejection by Leonard. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Here's Parker. Buries the jumper to finish the break. Parker's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Cantor with a screen on Green. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Here's the screen. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Dedmon kicks to Aldridge. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Robertson can't hit.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Aldridge drives in. Great D that time from Collison. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
Parker dishes to Leonard. Aldridge inside. He's against Collison. Oklahoma City shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Dedmon's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for San Antonio.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And you can hardly say this win surprised anyone with the season these guys have put together. Win after win all year long. What a record-breaking year this team has put together. A season for the record books.
And they cap off the season series with one more win. It's been nothing but W's, 4 straight.
Greg, we don't see conference opponents get swept very often, but this has been total domination.
And we've come to expect nothing less from one of the league's elite players, but another tour de force for Tony Parker. He was everywhere defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
And the Thunder making a switch here. McGarry's checked in for Enes Kanter. Laverne comes in for Nick Collison. Brewer is checked in for Andre Robertson. And Anthony Morrow subbed in for Oladipo. Brewer. That 3 off the mark. Here are the Spurs with the ball. Ginobili the pass to Lee. And here's Mills from the arc. Shot is off. And the Thunder going the other way now. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Feeds to Laverne. Shoots from the baseline. Misses off the left iron. Now here's Ginobili. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team, Clark, by far tonight.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their fans plenty to scream and holler about. This place was rocking. It was on fire.
Well, Marcus, a fine performance for you individually. And
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, LaMarcus Aldridge.
When LaMarcus Aldridge gets rolling, it's always going to be a tough night for the opposing team. He's about as complete as you can get on the low.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed